JDHRacing. As per usual, please like, subscribe and follow us and look at our previous videos. So what we're going to do today, well today we're going to look at the a bit more chassis work. As you can probably see, we've made really good progress. What we're trying to do is get the sort of prop shaft area done and all the big stuff done so we can then strip it, flip it and obviously just get the thing fully welded. So the plan for today then is we are going to go firm on our prop shaft tubes. So I think previously in one of the videos you may have seen the locations and what we've done, and the plan today is for Daniel to just ensure that the support bars that the prop shaft hoops are going to sit on are flush and square in the frame. Once they're done and he's happy, he's going to weld those up, and then post that we're going to start looking at the height of the prop shaft tube. So I've already made, and I think I've shown you in a previous video, we've made 4 prop shaft tubes. Now we're doing 2 at the front, 2 at the rear, and the reason for this is it gives us that protection should the drive shaft fail. Now one of the things we're looking at, and I've done a fair bit of research and spoken to a few people, is what sort of drive shaft we're going to go for. Now if you don't know, you're about to find out, but for those that do know, apologies. But basically your prop shaft, there's a thing called critical speed. Now it depends on what speed you anticipate in the rear diff and your ET being at the end of the strip. It depends on how fast your prop shaft is going to turn. So we're anticipating this first, guys, if we're going to go nitrous, we're probably not going to buzz the motor much beyond maybe 6,500 RPM, maybe 7, and we'll see how it reacts to that. The so what of that is, the prop shaft is also going to be turning because the final drive is 1-to-1 at 6,500 to 7,000 RPM. So you've got this tube rotating down the centre of your chassis. It has the potential to cause quite a lot of damage. So the first thing you've got to factor in is critical speed. What is it? Well, that's the speed at which the drive shaft basically will self-destruct. It has so much vibration it will tear itself apart. So we need to ensure that we're running the prop shaft below that speed, but more importantly we need to spec a prop shaft that goes beyond that speed as well. And it's all done by length as well. So the problem we've got here is we're actually looking at a 1,230-ish length prop shaft. Don't ask me what that is in inches. I couldn't honestly tell you without doing a conversion factor on it. But it's slightly longer than what you would get in some of the more bespoke drag cars. So because of that, we're kind of limited to the size of the prop shaft. So really we're kind of looking at the bigger sizes, anywhere between 3.5 and 4 inch. For us it's a no-brainer for longevity. We've got the Powerglide gearbox that will do a couple thousand brake horsepower. We're building this kind of for longevity. The position of the rear axle is never going to change, albeit the rear axle may change to accommodate something that's a little bit more beefy. So it'd be ideal for us if we get the prop shaft right from the word go. So when you look online, there's different critical speeds for chromoly, for alley, for mild steel and for carbon fibre. Carbon fibre, you're looking around about 3 3/4 inches diameter for the shaft, and anywhere up to about 56, 58 inches, it'll do close to 11,000 RPM, which is more than we're ever going to buzz this motor to. So it gives us that sort of huge safety factor as well. So watch this space later on. We'll go for a 3 3/4 inch carbon fibre prop shaft. Right, going back to the safety side of life, it says in the rule book you have to have a prop shaft tube within 6 inches of the UJ, because they design the prop shaft so the first thing that fails is the UJ, not the shaft. Because what you don't want is a shaft to shear and then it's flailing round. It's a lot safer if the UJ fails. And this car's running 1350 UJs, so it's not a bad size. It's quite beefy. You can go bigger when you go into the 1400 series, but we don't need that. So as per the rule book then, we need to do a prop shaft tube within 6 inches, and hopefully in the previous videos you've seen where we've kind of laid them out. So we've got our front, we're doing one that's going to sit forward of the output shaft of the gearbox, sort of on the tail housing, and then we're going to have one that's within 6 inches at the back. And that's going to do 2 things. One, it gives us our mandated safety critical hoop, which has to be a 360 degree all the way around. But also gives us a mounting point for our shifter, hopefully the right height. So we're going to go through making or finalising those today and then getting them welded in. And then we're going to set up the rear ones to hopefully allow us enough travel with our sort of 3 3/4 inch prop shaft. As the rear end compresses, the prop shaft will move up and down within the hoop. But we don't want it too big, because the point at which you make it too big, it gives it so much room for it to flail around if it does fail. And obviously what you want to do is kill it pretty quick, so that it doesn't have a chance to basically build that momentum and rip through the car. What we are going to do though is we're going to make them removable, and you can see online a lot of the specialist shops, Tim McCamis, Hauser Racing, they'll do ones with pit pins, and basically we're going to do exactly the same. And the reason for that is we're going to have a fixed lower half, so it's all rigid, tied into the chassis, and then the top half we're going to sleeve the tube that we've currently made, so we can then pit pin it, and that enables us then to lift off the top half of what is effectively the transmission tunnel to make removal of the prop shaft easy. So that's the plan for the day. We'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching.
That is the prop shaft hoop bars in. They've been checked so to make sure they are straight. We've got a seam weld on the top of each bar. Next we'll be putting the prop shaft hoops in, and then we are ready to go. Here's the hoop all drilled. Looking for a perfect demonstration. Is the prop shaft hoop removable. So these are the wrong pit pins, but yeah, it'll do for the time being. Just a temporary measure. Fix one at the back, and then we're just sorting the last one to go through number 15 and 1.
Alright guys, that'll do it for today's video. This is technically part 7 of the Mopri build, but it's more educated around critical speed limits and prop shaft hoops and the safety behind them and why we have them. So I hope you've all enjoyed it, at least learned something if required. Please do enjoy some pictures of the tunnel ram being fitted to the Mopri, and of course me being ready for racing but the car not. Thank you very much. We'll do it. Bye.